Hello there, and welcome to today's Daily Dominion, which is a all expansions kingdom. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Something that should jump out right away is the project, which is Cathedral, which is a very powerful project. It allows you to trash very quickly, but it's mandatory trashing, so it becomes potentially awkward towards the end of the game. Now, this game may be quite fast, and so we don't necessarily have to worry about it hugely, but anyway, it's there. Wharf helps mitigate the cathedral issues to some degree because it'll give you increased hand sizes and so it gives you more options for your mandatory trash. But then also we have Shaman here, which is going to be moving cards from the trash back into our decks. So there's going to be I guess we won't really thin quite as fast as you would in a normal cathedral game, and so that's gonna delay the onset of the scary cathedral period quite a lot. Oftentimes there's not really a scary cathedral period at all, but anyway, that's a thing. Our village here is limited to Trusty Steed as well as the Bustling Village, which is a very powerful village, but as far as the village effect goes, but it is buried underneath these cellars, so it may take some time to get to those. It wouldn't surprise me if we get there. We have tournament, which will be quite good here and pretty easy to get there and activate, I think. If we have this cathedral, I'm going to open cathedral tournament, and then we have just these draw cards, and this is a little plus buy. This is a little small VP if we need it. And then there's Way the Pig, which means we can be a little more aggressive with our terminal space because we can just play them as cantrips if there's collision. So the 3-4 is a lot better. So this is going to be kind of important here. There's going to be times where we want to gain from trash first with Shaman. So both of these effects happen at the start of your turn. So you get to order them, which means if we trash first with Cathedral, we're just going to gain the estate right back. So we want to activate the Shaman effect first and then the estate. So now the AI is going to get this estate, which will be bad for them. It's the same thing here. We're going to gain from trash and then trash. Now there may be times where, I don't know, there's like 2 estates in the trash or something, or an estate in the trash. When it gets to our turn, we may want to trash a copper first and then gain that copper instead. So there are opportunities to want to go the other direction with the order of that as well. Okay, so we really would like to hit 6 and then 8, so I think I'm going to buy another tournament. We could buy a figurine as well. You'd kind of think I would buy Wharf, but we don't actually have... I mean, it depends a bit on what we draw next turn. But we don't really have... Maybe I'd take the Wharf anyway. So like here, the order doesn't really matter. We're going to trash an estate and gain an estate. So we'll just do it that way. Buy another tournament. And here there's nothing in there, so we're going to do the Cathedral first. And then trash. Okay, this is pretty good. I don't know, we have 2 tournaments. Do we have 6 coppers still? We do have 6 coppers. So there are a few things we could consider doing here. We're going to draw a fair bit of this. We're going to draw 2 of these. And then there'll be 4 more cards. So we're going to draw 2 of those. So we draw the tournament and we hit it. We could take a gold still. I mean, it would be kind of nice to get the... I think this guarantees hitting 8. I think if it stops, it'll stop on a gold. Okay, we can... Here, this doesn't particularly matter. We're just going to get a copper back. So yeah, this last card is a copper. So we would have either drawn the copper or the gold, and this gives us the 8. So we're gonna go ahead and take that. And I think a settlers. So what do we have here? So like here we have this estate. We'd rather have the copper, so we're gonna trash first and then gain the copper back. Also, it puts in the discard. That's kind of cute too. There's a settlers interaction there. Very unimportant, but very, very cute. We've drawn our province, but whatever. It's just the way it goes, you know. We'll see if we can get... Oh, there's also this cabin boy wharf interaction. I don't know. I haven't really been paying any attention to it. Certainly it's a reasonably good thing to do, but whether it's like the thing to do is another question. I'm going to take the trusty steed first. We would really like to play the wharf. We don't get to the settlers as our last card, but that's okay. So at the moment, we're just kind of treading water as far as the deck size goes. We could get a shaman. We could consider, I mean, we are going to be able to get these bustling villages soon. We don't quite have enough. I wonder if we do a cabin boy here. To get more wars. We also could have gone with a different draw card rather than a wharf. Maybe we do cabin boy here. Okay. It's in the trend. Okay, so we get to do the settler stuff. The settlers thing, I guess. We didn't find... We didn't find anything, really. Unfortunately. It would have been nice to get the... It would have been nice to get 7, mainly. Certainly finding the trusty steed, playing this stuff, and getting another village and things. That all of those things would have been nice. So that's what we'll be looking for next turn, but I like the cabin boy trash to gain a cabin boy. And bustling. I mean, they kind of have a deck. It's not great, but it's not completely nothing. So, do we want to get a wharf now? I think we do. We'll get that back. We don't get to do the settlers trick, but who cares? We're going to be looking for... Would have been nice to get princess, but that's okay. So So we're going to play these even though it's going to draw that stuff dead. We're going to take a couple of these. Maybe it should only be one and like a wild hunt, but I'm going to do that. It's just a little more conservative and we'll be fine anyway. So we will get Princess's turn. The AI maybe can get a province next turn if they want it. Though they're kind of like doing some they're mostly just wheel spinning. They're not really doing anything. So hopefully we also don't really need we can get followers at some point, though it's not that important. If we'd taken plus actions, we could have played it, but I don't care that much. Maybe next time. Let's get the diadem just for the fun of it. We get the third bustling there. Now there's just like nothing. We can just, I mean, we can either probably empty those next turn or we can figure out a way to pile out the provinces. We'll just work on emptying those next turn. I guess the AI could have probably piled out here. I don't think they could pile out and win, but that would have been kind of funny. Very nearly double. Kind of cute. If they buy a wharf, which is terrible. So we're just gonna kind of here, we'll just take an estate as an extra point. We're just gonna empty those. Hopefully we can find one of the bustling, but if we don't, it doesn't matter. Let's get followers, that'll be fun. Wasn't that fun? Now what should we get? Can get a duchy now. Hooray. We play the wharf, it lowers it by $1, but it gives us an extra estate buy. Just thrilling. This is kind of funny when these are priced reduced by 1. They're both the same efficiency in points. So if you're not buy limited, the estates are more efficient. Let's get a mill. We have the cash. Yeah, so not a lot to say here. We're basically just winning because we buy cathedral and the AI doesn't. But it had a lot of nice shaman stuff or interactions with the shaman start of turn effect, even though we didn't buy a shaman. So the cathedral had some interactions. There was that weird one with settlers, and then there's this cabin boy wharf thing, or cabin boy duration thing, which we've seen before. It is quite fun, and the AI does it, but doesn't really do it well. Does a lot of trashing cabin boys to gain a cabin boy. Just has no conception of what that means for the deck state versus just getting the $2. This is really funny. Yeah, so Knight's Kingdom, man, someone would just end up real sad in a human versus human. Like someone would not have the 3-4 or whatever and be slower to province, and then would start getting like followers attacked. Again, that's pretty painful against Cathedral, though maybe Wharf is enough to survive that, but it would be hard. But it would be a little more interesting, but maybe just sad. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. One more lots of expansion set before we get into the start of the week. Take care.